you because that's what I desire to do. I want some hotcakes. I got my hotcakes. Mind your business. Okay. Let's have a little chat real quick. So, first things first, I no longer have any space on my phone. So, I am now doing live videos just to make content to post to YouTube because I have no more space on my phone. That's number one. Number two, I know that TikTok is gone. And I know y'all sad about it, but I need y'all to I'm not saying get over it because I understand everybody's grieving right now. Grieving. Because I was the one who told y'all months ago to get on Bigo or get on Fanbase or get on one of these other apps before your community was gone. I was the one telling y'all, make sure y'all go and get the links out of the bios of everybody because now we can't even access the fucking app at all. Um, TikTok has deleted all profiles. The most you'll probably see if you go to somebody's profile is their bio. That's all that's left. Profile picture's gone. Database is gone. Whole nine. So, with that being said, I warned y'all and I told y'all, and yes, I'm a Pisces, so I am gonna tell you I told you so. Now, that does not mean that all is lost. See, I'm a Pisces, but I'm a Pisces that's not just gonna rub stuff in your face. See, I'm rubbing in your face and offer you a solution. Okay? For all my peoples on the black hand side, okay? What I need you to do is go get an app called Fanbase. Now, Fanbase is very similar, okay? Fanbase it started off as a microcasting app years ago, but they do not have the support that they need. It is a black-owned app by Isaac Hayes III, okay? It has some of the things that y'all are looking for. Y'all have been craving this community aspect, and that's essentially what y'all are mourning or are mourning on. Now, Fanbase is a combination, I guess you could say, of Clubhouse and TikTok and Bigo all in one. Hopefully they add the video chat rooms soon, but for now, I know right now as we speak, they currently only have the audio chat rooms. Now, very similar to, Twitter, things of that nature, right? Here's what I need y'all to understand. Community can be, I understand it, for us, it is hard to find community. I get it. As black folks, we there's so many of us who are so closed off, we turn to the internet. What I challenge you to do is go to your local neighbor, if you can, if you're in a safe environment, and go to that neighbor and actually create these communities in real life. And the reason why I'm going to challenge black folks to that is because we constantly complain, right? We constantly complain about, oh, we don't have no community and y'all don't understand when we losing and all my friends and my community and all the support. You're mourning the money. And the crazy part about it is the money you can, I'm not everybody. Some people are just mourning the money. Let's be for real. Some of y'all are mourning the money that y'all was making because TikTok has some good ass gifters. I don't give a fuck nobody say. I just got used to TikTok probably a couple months ago. Like, I had got to my little 700 followers. I was in the growth rooms trying to get my numbers up to 1,000 so I could make a little bag right quick. But because I was in a business side of TikTok, I didn't have to wait for 1,000 followers to go live. It's just my lives would be extremely dead, right? I'm now telling you, I'm not saying that the dream is gone because Trump talking about something he gonna do X, Y, Z. We don't know what Trump gonna do. Nor could we really afford to wait on this on this. Do I call him a man? Let me stop. We don't even know if we can afford to wait on him. Okay. At the end of the day, y'all should have been moving forward. I told y'all to put fire behind y'all ass. Literally the beginning of last year. I told everybody, I said, hey, while you're sitting here worried, we don't know what's going to happen. And y'all motherfuckers were out there, they're not getting rid of TikTok. They can't just do that. They can't just get rid of TikTok. And baby, it's gone. It's gone. You go try to go into that app. Tell me what you see. Okay? Nothing. Zilch. Nada is what you're going to see. They deleted. I don't believe that the databases are gone. I believe the databases are on hold. They even had a little message talking about some, we hope that Trump will be able to help. We're glad that President Trump is trying to, do something when he gets into office. Couldn't Trump bring him back? Possibly. But this goes to show y'all, and we keep telling y'all, first of all, Number one, I understand y'all a grieving community, right? You want this sense of community. You black. Take your ass to fan base. Where y'all could be supporting, y'all don't support. And that's what be pissing me off and blowing my mind. Rather than giving this support to a Chinese app that's going to take your data, ask somebody in IC, I'm telling you, y'all don't know how much data that app was taking. I do. I do. And it was a lot. They was taking a lot of data from, don't get me wrong, the same information that a regular app would take, but you do have to think of people are like, oh, well, there's the whole debate about, is this really, I made it clear, Amazon, Facebook, all these other platforms, Google, they do not want no competition with TikTok. It just is what it is. They do not want that competition. That's the only reason that it's gone. When I looked at it, specifically Amazon, because people getting mad at Mark Zuckerberg, and let me before I even continue, let me tell you something, Mark Zuckerberg. Your people shiesty as fuck. Because why the fuck on the day that Amazon is gone, you gonna post something talking about some add your TikTok link, trying to be funny? I want y'all to go to y'all Facebook and tell me, do y'all see? I got a screenshot of that shit. Cause I said I know you not about to see. It's one thing for me to rub it in y'all face and offer y'all a solution. Mark Zuckerberg is rubbing it in y'all face without offering the solution. Why taking all your data? Just cause he in the US, just cause he American. Just saying. You ever look at something up on Facebook? All of a sudden it pop up in your browser as an ad. Cookies. He got a little cookie cash trail just following you. Yo, every little move that you type in online. And that nigga, in my opinion, I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop saying that word. That motherfucker, in my opinion, is just as bad. I'm sorry. He just as bad as TikTok. I'm sorry. Facebook to me is just as bad as TikTok. Now, don't get me wrong. Facebook does pay. But Facebook is very choosy with who they pay. And you have to have been, in my opinion, one of the people who started up a huge audience on Facebook, really probably going back to 2013. Or you had to have had some drama or had some viral sensation as to why. Because some people chose specifically Facebook. Now, don't get me wrong. Let's go into this. Let's go down this rabbit hole. We can't hate Facebook because let's remember, and my ADHD is all over the place. Y'all gotta forgive me because of sugar, okay? But you can't hate Facebook and not hate Instagram because Facebook owns Instagram. You can't hate Instagram and not hate Threads because Instagram created Threads. So, and the source of all of that, unfortunately, is Mark Zuckerberg. They've been bought Facebook out years ago. Okay? You like Instagram because you're getting more pictures more than words. But the pictures is the reason why society is the way it is now. I blame Zuckerberg. I blame the not just him, but the lapse in the loose grasp that he got on Facebook, period. How he can't seem to make decisions and don't know what the fuck going on his own platform. That's why I blame Donald Trump. This is going to beat TikTok in this today. Baby, look. Trump came out in an interview when they questioned him and asked him what were his thoughts on TikTok. He said that he likes TikTok. He said, and he does think that TikTok played a part in him winning the presidential election. And he wants TikTok to stay. And once he gets in office, he'll see what he can do to make TikTok be able to stay in the US. That's what he said. That's all he can do is try. Okay? What he can't do is circumvent all the other government elements like the judicial, okay, the executive. What's the other one? Executive, judicial, and I'm missing one. He can't go around them other branches. Okay, he can't go around the other branches of government to just make a choice. That's not how the presidency works. You work in tandem and you give a final write-off. You don't get to choose. Now, don't get me wrong. If Trump, I'm not saying that it can't be done and Trump can't bring back TikTok. But here's my thing, y'all. There are various apps, smaller apps that y'all can go to where y'all can have the same sense of community. Y'all got this new app that came out of nowhere. The Molly walked up inside our head. First of all, let's go down the list of apps that you have options that create the same community on. I'm not saying number one is Bigo, but Bigo is a Chinese app as well. You got Bigo, but you can actually see who you talking to. I'm just saying, you just like you could, because TikTok did steal a lot of Bigo's features. I will say that. So you have Bigo, you have this. It's not called Friends. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it Friends. You have Fanbase, which is a black-owned app. Okay, for the people of color out there. Okay, and that allows you to have audio rooms to have real conversations that are needed. You can create whatever, and there is no censoring. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, however the fuck you want to say it. Hell, that's the most uncensored app that I've ever seen, honestly, because they be saying some wild ass shit on there. But anyways, that's where your sister community is gonna be at, people, black people. I'm sorry, y'all looking for it all over the mountains, over yonder. Then you have, of course, Facebook. Then you got Instagram. My thing is, y'all got YouTube. Y'all have outside of the big conglomerates, who put the big conglomerates, you got Fanbase, you got the Favorites app that seems like it came out of nowhere, this Favorites app, which is looking like it's seeking to take out Bigo, by the way. So you have Fanbase, not fan, with the N as in Nancy, not M as in Mandy. M as in Mandy is adult entertainment. N as in Nancy actually came out before Fanbase, and I don't know why they don't sue. I don't see why Fanbase hasn't sued the fuck out of that company, because that name is too fucking close. Because Fanbase had been out for years before Fanbase came out. I digress. But anyways, I'd be suing the fuck out of them if I was that company. Allegedly. Anyways, gotta cover myself because the fuck. But no. So Fanbase will be the number one place for us to go. You can go live on there. You can earn hearts on there the same way you can earn gifts. You get to keep majority of your stuff, because one of the downfalls to TikTok was TikTok takes for 50% of your earnings, right? But I think people like the all-in-one, how there was multiple ways to be able to make income on that app. You have a new app called Flip. Apparently Flip been around for some years. I ain't never heard of Flip. But Flip get you free stuff, some in real life stuff. And I need y'all to really, honestly, outside of all these damn apps, get into your community. I'm tired of hearing all this complaining about I don't have no sense of community and you don't go outside. I used to be that person that used to complain, I don't have no friends and nobody loves me and I just don't. And I was not taking my ass outside. I was antisocial as fuck. I did not like people, okay? And I was complaining about, I don't have no friends and no. Well, I was never complaining because I've always been an antisocial person. But, I mean, in adulthood, I've always, or really throughout my teens, I've always been antisocial. I was never that person who wanted to go outside and run. My sister would ask me every single day, you want to come outside? And I'd be like, no. And I tell her every day, no. Because I saw past the people she was hanging out with. I could see spiritually into them people. And them little mugs was evil. So it was like, for that, I really didn't rock with a lot of people. And then I had discernment when I was younger. I just didn't use it. What else? And they said because they banned it for no reason, and my cousin is going to be mad because she promised me she would get TikTok, and a couple days later TikTok is banned, and my sister is mad at me. Well, she can't get mad at you, LaShawna, because she should have made sure she got it before. I imagine how mad I am. I just built up 700 followers from nothing, from 100 in like 2 or 3 weeks, and so I was so close because I was trying to get monetized to get that full monetization on TikTok. But like I said, they take 50% of all gifts. I watched a woman receive 14,000 gifts. Y'all, that was the equivalent of 170 diamonds and $170 worth of diamonds. And she probably got $17 off of that. Once everything was converted and finally over. Because TikTok takes 50%. That 50% check is too fucking big. Number one. Number two, we're not going to act like China was not taking advantage. Because they were. They know that the U.S. is number one consumers. All that shit that all those Chinese people was, and the sad part is a lot of them people in China, okay. In the U.S., we tend to only think about ourselves. But you got to think about all the people that work for those companies. They're trying to sell, guys, we have this on sale. Guys, we have this on sale. And now what are they going to try to do? They're gonna try to target other countries now. But remember when them countries I watched pure as day when them countries was in the comments talking about some, oh, do you guys sell to any other countries? Oh no, sorry, US only. That's what they would say. Sorry, we only ship to US, US only, US only. That's all they would say because they were literally targeting us. So y'all like being taken advantage of. Let's just call it what it is. Americans love being taken advantage of because we like spending our money however the fuck we see fit, and I get it. However, y'all don't know what the expense was with y'all putting y'all data on TikTok. To be honest, the government don't even really know what the expense was. There actually was a threat on the cybersecurity end, and not just on the cybersecurity end, but on a public information. I went and downloaded my data, y'all. When I tell you TikTok got so much data, see, some of y'all didn't download y'all data yesterday or within the past week. I downloaded my data. They had so much shit. It wasn't even funny. From everybody you follow to every post you've ever liked to really your address, your information, how often, how frequently you leave your home, where you work at, how frequently you leave. Most apps ain't tracking that in the US. They got pinpoints like Google Maps. How often you go, what days you go to get your pet groomed. They got all of that. Okay? In my opinion, that's a little bit too much information for an app that I'm just trying to live stream on to make some money on. I'm sorry, that's a little bit too much information. Not to mention, they got LLC information. Because if you were a business owner, you uploaded your LLC information. For me, I was one of those business owners who uploaded my LLC information because I wanted a business account. So I was on the business talk side, but then I converted over to the personal side because it was seeming like people on the personal side were making more money. But I was just trying to get into the streaming. And then I found out, okay, I was just trying to really be able to go live. And I found out once you go on the business side, you can go live, but they were restricting you to only talk about the product that was listed. And if you weren't going to talk about the product, it would be a violation. So I stopped posting about the products, period. I just started going live. At some point, they started letting us just go live and talk about whatever. So that's what I was doing. But yeah. Lashana, your sister can't get mad at you. And I don't know why you speaking that Spanish, King Jack, because I cannot read that. But anyways, yeah, when it comes down to it, ultimately, there's so many different platforms y'all can use, but I need y'all to start getting out y'all communities in real life because I feel like this is getting a little ridiculous. Y'all sitting here talking about the TikTokiana Tacona and giving her somebody posted a flyer and was like, "Rest in peace." Now other social medias they having TikTok funerals. I'm crying. Y'all are childish, but people gonna find a way to make some content for other platforms. They are. And they should have downloaded their content before it got taken too. I can guarantee you, if it do come back, that database that they have for all the people in the U.S. is gonna be gone. And I believe there was a court order for all that information to be deleted from their databases as well. So luckily, I got my little massager that was already shipped. Okay, my last little thing I could get off TikTok. I bought me a massager. I don't know. TikTok should have dropped everything down to 1 cent. When I tell you we would have bought the fuck about it, if they would have dropped everything on their platform down to 50 cent, these motherfuckers still trying to have shit on there for $30 US. Ain't nobody paying the $30. Even with that $15 off, they're not paying that because the shipper was damn near $20. It's like, well, baby, what the fuck you give me a coupon for if you just gonna add it back to the shipping? What's going on? So yeah, you have that. You also have the fact that, like I said, people don't have a sense. People have this nonsensical, oh, I have a sense of community, but I don't like want to go out into my actual community and get to know people. And don't get me wrong, am I the pot calling kettle black? Maybe. I would love to go out to my community and find this community where I'm at. I don't mind doing that because I'm past the point of being antisocial. But a lot of people are antisocial and don't know nobody in their own community. Let alone, I've been living where I've been living at for 4 years. I don't know none of my neighbors' names. So yes, I am pot calling the kettle black. But just because this is my neighborhood doesn't necessarily mean this is my community. And I've always been in neighborhoods where sometimes it's like that. You can't go ask for, and I'm actually in a really, really good area in my city. And it's not that you can't go ask, it's just nobody knows anybody. This is like a mixed neighborhood. You got Indians, you got Africans, you got some Hispanics, you got some black people, you got some white people. Mostly this neighborhood is just mixed, but it's definitely not all white. But yeah, so will I take the time to get to know my neighbors before I leave? Probably sometime next week. I'll probably go get my business cards. I'm probably gonna set business cards and give them out to my neighbors. I'm like, hey, I've been living up the street for you for 3 years, but now that I'm about to leave, here's my information. uh, and yeah, but I think, like I said, finding a sense of community, it's hard. And it's really hard to find friends and genuine people. And I think we're in the digital age where we find that more online than we do in person. And it's hard to meet genuine people in person. So for the people who actually feel like they want to off themselves and all this crazy shit, baby, there's plenty of other platforms. You just gotta be open to going to another platform, learning something else, baby. That's it. Y'all be taking it to the extreme. People was crying and stuff. One lady sat, and for the last 7 days, she was crying for content. Oh, the fog is gone. She was crying for content. I know what it is. Some good filmmaking to get. I love a good, nice fog. But yeah, she was crying for content for the last couple of days, forcing out tears. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. And it's just like, I need y'all to get out of the helplessness. You know what I'm saying? We got to get out of this helplessness phase, because this is just like, people be stuck in this helplessness phase. It's like, you are not as helpless as you think you are. I promise you, you're not. I promise you, you're not. People be thinking that it's just like, I promise you, you're not as helpless as you try to claim yourself to be. But when you speak that over your life, you will be that helpless. You will feel that energy 10 times over. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, prime example. I'm supposed to be getting the hell out of here. I'm supposed to be packing right now as we speak. Am I speaking it? No. Did I get the opportunity to not have to leave? Yeah. Do I still want to leave? Yeah. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm comfortable here. And sometimes we want to sit in our comfortabilities as people. And maybe there's a word somewhere in here. But sometimes you can't. Most times you can't. People be trying to sit in their comfortabilities and be thinking, oh, that's going to make them grow. No. You sitting in your comfortabilities can actually make you stay stagnant throughout life. And then you trying to figure out, you know, where do you go? What do you do? And, you know, that's just not how this works. Okay. I'm here to let you know that's not how this works. When it comes down to it, you have to make a decision to really not necessarily just be for yourself, but to be for your community. If you do indeed want to be that, because that's not everybody's purpose, right? My purpose is to help people, I believe, to help others, because there's ways that I'm able to help people, and I just be, it's a gift, but it's also, sometimes we feel, and I don't believe in curses, because I believe all the curses broken on the cross, hello, but, I sometimes I be wondering, because it just be like, dang, I can help all these other businesses do their stuff, but my business is helping other businesses, literally. My business now in 2025 is helping other businesses. I tried to avoid it. I tried to go over it. I tried to get away from it, and I really, honestly, just can't. Because the reality is, I think I was put here to help other business owners who are struggling in various areas. Because what's crazy is I know so many companies that have word of mouth that don't have no website. And they feel like they don't need one, but they're missing out on a whole clientele and client base because they don't have one. Now, if you miss a call, how do I inquire? How do I put in an inquiry about me wanting you to cut my grass or something if you ain't got no website? Where do I send? Because email marketing is still number one. People hate hearing that. People like emails. Email marketing is still number one. Number two is number two is really social media marketing. A lot of people say social media marketing, you have to pay too much. Email marketing is free 99. Free 99. And if you get it done right or get some AI behind it, it can be completely automated and seamless. So it's just like we're in a day and age where people got to utilize their resources. And we can't keep making excuses. I feel like 2025 is the year of no excuses. It's going to be a lot of stuff that y'all see exposure-wise. As I said last year, I said 2024 was going to be the year of revealing, and we saw that whole Diddy case, what that was. I'm just saying, but, you know, that's none of my business. I think ultimately when it comes down to it, people have to make up in your mind that you want to do what you want to do. And set your mind on it and put action behind it. Because we're in a time where we can no longer afford, as black folks, period, to talk. And I'm saying it specifically to us. But we are not in a place where we can just keep talk. Talk time is over. We got to put some action behind this. And that's part of the problem. A lot of us just want to continue to talk. Baby, you be talking in yourself from your 20s to your 40s to your 70s. Well, I was gonna, but then stop letting stuff that's unnecessary get in the way. Because at the end of the day, if we're gonna be really for real about it, you getting in your own way. I tell people look at stuff as even though it may seem inconvenient. Oh my goodness. Even though it may seem like an inconvenience, look at stuff happening for you and not to you. If you just change that small aspect of your life, I stopped looking at stuff as stuff that's just happening to me and start looking at stuff that and it's happening for me. Okay? It's happening for me. There's a reason why this is happening, even if I don't know the reason. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, 80% of the time I don't. But then as I go along with time, I'm like, dang, if that would have happened and I wouldn't have gone through that tumultuous period or had to start over or had to do whatever, I wouldn't be where I am now as a person. I still would have been that 17-year-old who sit in darkness. Who sit in darkness in her mama's house, creeping through the blinds while everybody outside having fun. And I'm sitting inside in the darkness, battling spirits on my own time. That's what I would still be that person had I not gone through everything I've gone through, right? So that's why I tell people, a lot of times stuff is happening for you. It's not always happening to you, and we have to get out of this victim mindset thinking, oh, this stuff keep happening to me. Maybe all this stuff is helping build character. Maybe character that's going to be needed to go where you're going. And I don't think a lot of people think about that. It's like, and then also we have to remember, it's not always about us. If God wants to put you in a position to help someone, it ain't always about you. Sometimes it's about other people. Sometimes it's a bigger purpose outside of you that you're supposed to be affecting and a part of in order to make what God wants to happen. Because He's going to get what He wants. We may not get what we want all the time, but He's going to get what He wants. God is going to get what He wants. And so it's just like you just have to be willing to be a vessel to be used. And people ain't hearing that, but it's just the truth. You got to be willing. And if you ain't willing, you better start getting ready to be willing because it's about to be forced at this point. See, it used to, I'm not saying that free will going away. What I'm saying is once you are backed into a corner so much, what other option do you have? Prime example, surrendering. Something I struggle with sometimes spiritually with the Lord, right? I have a very, I wouldn't even say prideful. I just have a very combative spirit. Like, I've been a combative baby from the beginning. And I'm literally on bottom, even though it may look like I am literally on bottom at this point. Like, what more do you want from me and my Tyreek's voice? Because it's just like, dang, right? How low you gonna make me stoop? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not where I used to be at, but how much longer you gonna make me suffer? And He's trying to get me ready to prepare me to do whatever He has me to do on my purpose end. And He's trying to get me ready. But I'm stubborn. And I'm argumentative, but you can't argue with silence. You can't argue with silence. And me being the February Pisces that I am, you can't argue with silence. Because I don't even think it's even tricking me at this point. I get an inkling to do something, and either I'm going to listen or I'm not going to listen. Or there's going to be a heavy conviction to do something, and either I'm going to do it or I'm not going to do it. And that's just part of free will, right? But you had that heavy conviction because it was something you were supposed to be doing that you ain't doing. And so right now, my primary thing, and I believe what He wanted me to do, is go to my grandma's house to take care of my grandma. That's what He wants me to do right now. So I'm about to go to my grandma's house to take care of my grandma. No matter how much I love my grandma, don't get me wrong, but I lived with my grandma before. And, despite what I think or how I feel or what animosities or whatever, If it wasn't for him using my grandma as a vessel, I wouldn't be here. So it is what it is. So it's just like, look, you gotta pay homage what homage is due. And I have to get more selfless because I have, in some ways or in a lot of ways, become very selfish living by myself. I'm not gonna lie. There is that selfishness that comes with living by yourself and not having children at my age that I do enjoy. And I be trying to paint it as anything other than, but no, it is selfish. Me not wanting to spend time with people, me not wanting to go places, me not wanting to do nothing. It's me being selfish. But that's because I've watched, and I think I developed that because I've watched my grandmother for umpteen years give her everything to everybody and turn around to get nothing in return other than God's favor. And honey, I'm here to say God's favor is enough. God's favor is enough. But I think on the carnal end, we look at it like, why is she doing this? Like, why can't she make more time for the family? And why is she giving all this time to the church? And it was more so you never know whose life you are light in, right? You never know what type of light you bring into somebody's life. And one of the ways to bring light to people's lives is through the church. And a lot of people ain't gonna like that. A lot of people gonna hate that I even said that. A lot of people gonna be like, how we gonna talk about TikTok to this? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just going with the flow at this point. But yeah, a lot of people be like, so you can live in your purpose even if you are in the wrong surroundings. Now, it is not a good idea. It can be a lot of temptation. You should probably not try to, but it may be somebody in those surroundings who needs you. You may be going to the gutter to help the gutter bugs. Okay? And the gutter bugs need prayer too. The gutter babies need prayer too. The gutter babies need the word too. The gutter babies need to be able to speak to somebody who can understand, who get where they're coming from. And even if they think, and most times they think that people don't get where they're coming from. You don't understand. I've been through this. I've been through that. I've been through this. I've been through that. Ain't no hope for me. I'm just going to do what I do. Meanwhile, God got a whole purpose and plan for their life. If and only if they surrender. If and only if they surrender. If you do not surrender to God's will, you will end up regretting your whole life. And that's just, I'm talking experiences, favor. Favor ain't there. Shoot, I should have got that lady a phone number to get her as a mentor. But one of my co-workers, one of the people I was working with through this day job or whatever, she said it simply, favor ain't fair. Because I had showed her a video of the houses, and basically there was an LA fire, and every house on the block burned, but this one man's. His house was still standing completely untouched. So people said, oh, it's the juniper berry bushes. And somebody commented, it was like, well, juniper berry bushes are highly flammable. And firefighters say they are the most flammable. And the person responded, well, that's exactly how it saved him. Those juniper berry bushes, they don't burn for long. That's what protected his house. He separated his yard with a whole giant bushel of just nothing but juniper bushes. So the fire actually stopped on the other side. Is that a coincidence? Absolutely not. I believe that was 100% God. And a testament to God's children. He's not playing with us. Okay, it's time to get 2025. It's time to, we hear this everywhere. It's time to get right. It's time to get right. We've been hearing that every day not every day, but every year for the past 20 years. He is not playing. The devil is at work non-stop. And here's the thing, a lot of times the devil ain't even trying nowadays. He ain't got to. We easily fall into traps. We be easily gullible. We be easily doing whatever we want to do, however we want to do it, when we want to do it. And God is saying time's up. And the one time up that you don't want is you wake up and you don't be here on earth and it's too late. So it's just like, look, get it together while you can. Try to live in your purpose while you can. Try to stay as close as possible as you can. Do what you can to get right with the Lord in 2025, baby. Because he's not playing. And I'm telling y'all, I done seen some stuff. I could cry right now. I have seen some stuff in my dreams. My Lord. Which I can't even reveal. But I have seen some stuff in my dreams. Whew. It's gonna get bad. It's going to get really bad. And because I've seen it beforehand, my heart goes out to people who don't care. My heart goes out to people who don't believe. Because, baby, you're going to need something to cling to. I'm telling you. You're going to need something to cling to. It is, I have seen it vividly. And it is so scary. But I have seen it vividly in my dreams. And it is so freaking scary. I have seen it vividly in my dreams, y'all. And if you don't know the Lord, please get to know Him. Because I saw the end of my dream. And it's not pretty. It is so scary. I saw it in my dreams, y'all. I didn't even ask to see it. That's what makes the worst part. I didn't even ask to see it. But most of the stuff we don't ask to see. I saw it. I saw it, and it was not pretty. It was scary. It was scary. If I'm crying on camera, baby, this shit was scary. And it was mortifying. I ain't gonna lie, it was a whole bunch of dead bodies. It was a lot of dead folks just floating. It was a whole bunch of dead folks just floating in cesspools of blood. It was wild. It was wild. But that dream I never want to have again. My God, because I could feel the panic. I don't even know how to explain it. And I guess he's making this like this one. But like, I could feel the panic in people. And they were calling out to Jesus and he was gone. The Holy Spirit had left the earth. And they were calling out to him and it was dead bodies everywhere. It was dead bodies everywhere. And people, wake up, trying to get their family members to wake up. It was crazy. I mean, everywhere. People you know how we talk about, there's a book my grandma used to give us when we was younger, and it used to freak the crap out of me. It was called Left Behind. And it was something like Left Behind, but the body stayed. It was something, and mind you, we saw during COVID what happens when there's too many bodies to bury. I remember prior to COVID, I don't even know if I got a picture of this. But prior to COVID, I went to Georgia. And there was all these plastic coffins along one specific highway. It was like, that's odd. And they were stacked yay high, and there was so many rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of plastic coffins, like the U.S. was getting ready for something. I was like, that's weird. I didn't know they were plastic coffins. They just looked like bins. They looked like these, but bins the length of human bodies. Bins the length of human bodies. And they are stackable. So they are meant for a human body to go in, they stack it. A human body go in, they stack it. That's how they're made. And they were the same length as the average human body. It was creepy as fuck. I remember going through Georgia. I saw them actually, I think a couple years prior to COVID, actually. And there were these body length bins. So it's just, y'all, it's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff at play. It's a lot of stuff going on. So y'all, it's a lot of stuff going on. I be telling people, I be like, all right. I be telling myself all the time, all right. This ain't, game time is over. Game time is, oh my gosh, my legs. That's why I'm not at work today. I'm hurting. So I worked for National Cheer Convention. So many freaking kids, yo. Droves and droves, thousands and thousands and thousands upon thousands of people. And these little girls was everywhere. I'm just like, dang, right? I'm just trying to. I gotta get this room cleaned up. It's crazy. I'm in the process of moving on, so my room is looking horrendous. Don't let me be trying to find stuff while I'm fucking moving, right? But yep, that's the end of this live. You got the message. Peace.